Hello, everyone. Welcome to CyberConnect. We have a special guest here today, Kyser Clark, and he will be talking about how to become a full-time penetration tester.
Thank you so much for having me. I am honored to have this privilege to speak to everyone today. So, who am I? I am a full-time penetration tester. I mean, I feel like I have to be one if I want to talk about how to become one, right? So that's what I do in my day job. Um, and I started my career in active duty Air Force Cyber Defense Operations, and I did that for 6 years. And then I transitioned out of the military and became a full-time penetration tester as a consultant at a company called Kirkpatrick Price. Overall, I have over 7 years of cybersecurity experience, and I'm also a cat dad. So, before we can get into how to become a penetration tester, I want to quickly define what a penetration tester is, just in case you don't know. A penetration tester, also known as an ethical hacker, is a type of ethical hacking. There's different flavors of ethical hacking, such as bug bounty hunter, security researcher, social engineer. But I'm a penetration tester, which is one of the categories for ethical hacking. And a penetration tester finds vulnerabilities in systems before cyber criminals do, and that's in essence the meat of what our goal is. There's different types of pen testing. For example, there's network pen testing, internal and external network pen testing. There's web app pen testing, and there is IoT pen testing. There's mobile pen testing. There's industrial pen testing. There's all different types. There's like probably 20 different types of pen testing. So my focus areas are network pen testing, both internal and external, and web app pen testing. And I also have dabbled in wireless network testing and IoT testing. I have not touched mobile testing or industrial pen testing, and I've done a little bit of social engineering, but my main two things is web apps and networks. And once we go into these systems and we find vulnerabilities, we report them to clients slash stakeholders. So as a consultant, companies hire me to break into the network, and I expose their security flaws in a good way, and they patch those up so real cyber criminals don't exploit them. And if you are an internal pen tester, which I am not, and I never have been, but if you are an internal pen tester, essentially what an internal pen tester is you are working with one company in maybe multiple environments, but you're only working for one company. Whereas a consultant, you're working with many companies. I have engagements that last anywhere between 1 to 3 weeks. And then once that engagement is over, I'm in another pen test in a whole different environment for an entire different company. So that's what a consultant does compared to an internal pen tester. Pen testing is more in depth than vulnerability scanning and vulnerability assessments. So it's not just running a scan and sending the report over, it is manual, hands on. And while we do use automation, a lot of it is manual, hands on testing. And that's what the main difference between a pen tester and a vulnerability assessment is. It's automation plus manual effort. There is vulnerability scanning within a pen test, but that's only a small sliver of the actual pen test. And a lot of people get pen testing confused with red teaming. Pen testing and red teaming, while they are similar, they are completely different in a way because red teaming emulates threat actors, and it's more of testing a blue team in cyber defense rather than testing the technical controls within an environment. And one big difference between a pen tester and a red teamer is a pen tester, I'm not trying to be stealthy. A red teamer is trying to evade detection and trying to emulate a real threat actor out there in the wild.